Hi everyone, welcome to Walk the Talk with Bulbeer. Today I am with Ashmit Alag from Transform Design Delhi. Hi Ashmit.
Hi.
Welcome to Walk the Talk with Bulbeer. Thanks for your time.
Thanks to you as well.
Thank you. So let's begin. Tell me something about Ashmit Alag, the designer, researcher, and a lecturer. We would love to hear more on this from you.
Well, so research happened first, and then on the basis of research, you would design, and then you impart that knowledge, you become a lecturer, kind of.
True.
I was lucky to be doing this earlier before I even moved to India. And then one thing kept shuffling with the other, and now I'm able to handle all three, so glad.
Lovely. So tell me why Transform Design? Because the name is very different.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, there's this funny saying, so beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And the point is that beauty is so subjective. And if you're designing, can you or would you want to be subjected to the fact that somebody likes your design or somebody doesn't? I don't think designers would be open to that or would look forward to that. However, if you impart a sensitivity in the style or design, that it does what it's supposed to do in the most sophisticated way, which in some ways you can say is the most evolved sense of it is, then it works better. And hence the word transform. It's evolutionary, it's always making it better. While it is timeless, it's still infusing a sense of space for now.
Lovely. So do you have like a rule book you follow at Transform Design?
Yeah, that there is no rule. Well, just a few things, of course. No repetition, no follow up.
Super. What is luxury to you?
God. I think it's really godly. It cannot be described at all, ever, because it's got nothing to do with product. It's got, somehow Shiv Khera puts it very well. He says it's not what you do, but how you do it. So a true sense of luxury, if I would explain, use the Hindi word, the raisi, which is very different from amiri. True luxury is the ability to be able to do what you want, when you want, without any negative repercussion. Things should be there when you want them, but when you don't, they should just elope, they should vanish. So everything having a place and a time for itself when you need it. Beck and call.
So while we were here, I heard you say, it caught, I caught that line, "Aao kaam kare." What is the, why do you like believe in that or something? Like, why do you say it? Why do you believe in it?
It comes from my father.
Okay.
And yeah, that's the way we work in this organization. It's not an organization of employees and employers. Naukarshahi, there's no such thing as Naukarshahi. And then there's a sense of ownership, which is you're not commanding to people to go and work, but you're rather calling all of them as part of the team to come and work. So we're a very flat hierarchy. There is nobody senior or junior in this office.
Okay.
Everybody is supposed to do everything. Including brooming, cleaning, mopping, whatever needs to be done is done by everybody.
Wow.
Yeah, in some ways you can say it's something like the Japanese school system. And that's what I mean by "aao kaam kare."
Lovely.
Yeah,
It's something totally different, it's a very positive thing to say, because while you said it, I got that positive feeling, that "aao kaam kare." It really, I don't know, it just gave me. So I wanted to know from you that why do you use that, and now I got the answer, and that's really incredible.
I'm glad. Thank you.
So tell me about your European design on cutlery, the European royalty cutlery that you're designing.
So I've been designing cutlery and servingware for almost 20 years, which is a couple of years before I moved to India. And I've been interested in, basically how lifestyles are and what we do at Transform and what I do generally. My interest in beauty is far less than my interest is in a premium or a superior lifestyle. And cutlery becomes an important part of it. One of the conversations I partake in was that why do Indians eat rice with spoon and Westerners eat with a fork? and a royalty wanted to host Indians for dinner. I don't know how I was part of that conversation, but I don't know why it is. Maybe it's to do with gravy, but not every dish has such a thick gravy that it needs a spoon. You can use a spoon to serve the gravy on the rice, but now it can be eaten with a fork. Yeah, it it showed up later on that how we judge the quality of a rice is because of the length of the rice.
Okay.
We call it basmati. So it just becomes easier if it's on a spoon because it doesn't fall out. Because spoon is a kind of spatula.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, if I invite you over to my house, and if I do certain things and you're from a different culture altogether, to make me feel okay, you will try to immaculate some of the things that I'm doing.
Correct.
But as a host will feel uncomfortable that I'm in some ways pushing you out of your comfort
zone.
level. So it's not great hosting. So I was engaged by the royalty, which was the host, to figure out a way. And the simple answer is, can a fork be designed in a way that it is a fork, but it also has the spatula shape so that you can have two first nibbles and now you're comfortable because it works for you. And then more and more things came up, and which means from the way the napkins are going to be, you can decide if the food is going to fall on the napkin, is it going to fall on the floor, or is it going to just stay up. Invented a thing called a lip napkin, which goes basically with soups and desserts. And the little detail is the underside of the lip napkin has to be the same color of the soup. So when you dab your end of the lips and the napkin becomes dirty, it doesn't look dirty. But you don't have to lift up the entire napkin. So, yeah, things like that.
It sounds so luxurious, doesn't it?
It should set you free, right? The
Yeah.
purpose of having anything is to be able to make your life better.
Yeah, of course.
That's how it is.
Lovely.
I mean, simplicity to
So
the end that
interesting.
you carve out, shave out everything else which is unnecessary, and you're only left with perfection, just like sculpture.
Totally. I mean, next time I'm going to be sitting at the dining table, I'm going to be actually thinking about the spoon and the fork and, all that you've just spoken about, because we don't, in daily lives, we really don't think about all these minutest details.
And when you work with the caterers of the royalties, they give you so much information. I was
That's
shocked.
amazing.
Which is like they look at the center of gravity in the cutlery, where it should be held. Do you expect two fingers to be on the underside in a spoon, or just two or three, or how it will be? What kind of angle will it be? When the food comes in, would it be significantly heavier or not? It's a lot of detail. We just take it for granted.
Yeah, like the temperature we were talking about.
Yeah, how the cutlery can take the temperature of the room or not. And my younger brother says, nothing is interesting if you're not interested, which means everything has so much detail just in case you are.
Totally.
You can give a lifetime for it and still be
And
less.
still be less. Exactly.
Yeah.
You said it. So, how has the trend evolved in the study of interior design, retail design, and virtual merchandising?
So when I was studying, I was always interested. In fact, way before I knew there is a field interior designing, because we had only heard of architecture when we were kids. We hadn't heard of a specific field. We knew architecture and we knew interior decoration, but not interior design. Certainly not visual merchandising. It didn't even exist. And my intent was always to see why we do the things we do in particular environments, and we do. Why do we eat relatively slowly in a fine dining versus in a fast food, when the time is ours and we can do anything that we want to and we have the flexibility to? But the answer is we don't. We're only and merely a reflection of the immediate society or surrounding we are at. So how do you shape it up? For instance, the way we have rooms over here and the lighting will go there. We can tune the pace of a meeting. You can make a meeting faster. You can make a meeting slower and more detailed, just like fine dining to fast food. So it can become suddenly more flavorful, even though you're not changing anything about the commodity. But your sense of absorption is going to increase. In fact, not just that, your sense of memory towards the thing is going to increase. Because what's the point of reading something and then you forget? So it's useless. You just actually wasted that time. So I got into why we do the things we do, which was about psychology. I got to know that there could be something which is spatial psychology. There was no such thing as a spatial psychology. Kind of invented that subject at New York University, and which is the impact of spaces on human beings. Studied interior design, and then visual merchandising, because in terms of visual merchandising, you can make extremely limited changes. Maybe it can take about 5 minutes in a room, and you can completely change the feel of a space. So when we're doing interior designing, it's important to do visual merchandising as well, because you can suddenly change the tone of the house.
Good.
So you left in the morning one tone of the house, in the evening, it's kind of like a turn down service that you might have. So with 5 minutes of effort, doable, and hence the link. The visual merchandising previously used to be done majorly for retail and hospitality. So then I studied retail design so that I could bring that information in. I needed to bring all the information I could before I moved back to India for good. So that's how.
Tell me something about artificial intelligence.
I read this phenomenal advertisement on Instagram. It said, will artificial intelligence overthrow architects? And then he wrote under, no, but architects using artificial intelligence would.
Okay.
Phenomenal, huh? It's scary, okay? It's scary because it makes us weak. But is it good? It's brilliant. If used as a right tool, it can get us really at places. If we don't use it as a tool, somebody's going to use it as a weapon and threaten us.
Very well said. Very well said, Ashmit. Really.
Thanks.
I mean, this is something that someone has to rewind and listen again. Yes, for sure. What would a dream come true be for you?
Oh, like a huge piece of an island, and we could just design a lifestyle completely as per. So we keep inventing a bunch of stuff. And that's what the transformation is all about. I have maybe about 50 ideas which cannot be done on regular homes because they would either be considered to be illegal or not possible. So you get a huge piece of land where you can experiment all of this, and these are not even experiments to be able to put it up. I would say I'm close to it. It seems like a 5-year horizon.
Okay.
If we don't get an opportunity from a client to do it, we will do it on our own.
I'm sure. I'm sure. I won't be surprised. I'll be like, when I'm like, so I knew about it.
So the picture I have up there is a reminiscent of that, and that's
There
supposed
you
to
go.
give us. Yes.
And you're watching it regularly.
Every
so
single day.
someday,
Every single
for
day.
Sure.
Yes.
So please take us through your role as Director, Academy of Applied Arts.
Yeah, well, we started Academy of Applied Arts about 10 years ago. Because when we wanted to hire people, add up to the team, we have great talent for architects, but interior design and visual merchandising was really shallow. And jokingly, we said that this is going to be the capitalistic version of design, and the academy is going to be socialistic version of design. So we gladly got the Best Interior Design Academy Award for 4th year in a row.
Wow.
And I must tell you, we don't spend a single penny. Yeah, so it's only honest. My brother runs it on a day-to-day basis. Okay. I tuned the curriculum with him, but he runs the show completely, and it's pretty nice. Yeah.
Excellent. So Ashmit, tell me something about ASTEC.
Oh, the entire fraternity, all of us are very grateful to ASTEC. There used to be exhibitions earlier as well, but there hasn't been a forum which is one single huge forum where everybody can attend. Not only is it good for the fraternity, I think it's been great for clients and prospective clients who might want to do a house 2 or 3 or 4 years later. The ASTEC just kind of sensitizes them. And of course, because of that, so many offshoots. So, I think we have great events, all offshooting from one. So thanks to you, Radha.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ashmit, for your time with us. And I'm sure everyone watching this is definitely going to be like, watching it on repeat.
Oh, glad. Big honor. Thanks to you as well.
Everyone.
Thank you.